20% more.
Hello and welcome to the middle of another highly questionable week. The delightful Mina Kimes still with us all week long. Thankful for that. What do you like on the show today, Mina?
I like that. We have an excuse to talk about Beyonce today.
All right. I'll let Poppy. Poppy's very excited about that.
What do you make of reports that Esteban Bisciotti is blocking the signing of Colin Kaepernick?
Biscottis are delicious. Bisciotti leaves a different taste in your mouth right now if you believe the reporting by ESPN that Newsom and Harbaugh are good with signing Colin Kaepernick, but it's being blocked by ownership. Ozzie Newsom, in a statement by the Ravens, denies that that's the case. But if it is true, congratulations, Steve Bisciotti. You've actually been more honest than anyone else, more transparent. You've actually been closer to signing him than anyone else. And what do you get to be today? The smiling face of cowardice for all of your efforts.
I believe the reports. I'm actually glad that they're out there because it means we can finally dispense with all the smoke screens around this conversation. The idea that Colin Kaepernick doesn't want to play football or he's not good at football or that coaches don't want to design their systems around him. Now we have confirmation. Actually, owners are concerned about the optics, so much so that they're willing to go against the football wishes of their football staffs because they are that afraid. So thank you, Steve Bisciotti. Thank you for clarifying this for us.
It is important to note that the same owner who sat up there and steadfastly defended Ray Rice until he no longer could is saying, pray for us on this because what he was afraid of has already arrived, and they haven't even signed him yet.
Does Bisciotti realize that he employed Ray Lewis for almost 10, 15 years, you know?
There's that. Yeah, there is that. That is a pretty strong point. Why is everyone so afraid of this guy?
Was Austin Jackson's catch the most remarkable part of last night's Indians-Red Sox game?
It was a great, fun game. Andrew Miller gave up runs. Craig Kimbrell gave up runs. But there was nothing better than this during this game. Hanley Ramirez hits the ball to that part of the park there, and you think it's a home run, and then Austin Jackson, does that. That is hard to do. The Red Sox fans gave him a standing ovation. Kimbrell himself said he wanted to start applauding and then realized, wait a minute, I can't applaud. They just stole a run from Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, it's what happened with Torrey Hunter, except he actually caught it. And what's impressive is how much air he got and that he was able to hold on to the ball. I mean, that might not be one of the best catches in MLB history, but it's certainly the best catch I've seen this season.
Come on, why they make such a big deal about this guy? You know, that was a homer, man. The guy landed on the other side of the fence. Yeah, by baseball rules, that's a homer. That's it right there. You know, he didn't stay inside the fence. I went outside the fence. That's home run territory.
His body was in the field, though. That's the actual rules. Nope. Okay,
right,
sorry.
Go ahead, Mina. Go ahead. Mina, argue with the old man sound of, argue with it. Argue with it. I dare you.
His glove. Would Beyoncé make a good NBA owner?
This is a cheap trick by the producers. She's going to own such a small percentage of this team. She's from Houston, if indeed she owns any of the team. But one of the things I do find interesting here, if you're interested in where LeBron might end up when everything happens after this year, it makes sense. His friend Chris Paul is there. Carmelo Anthony is now reportedly only interested in Houston. Jay-Z has that sports agency, is friends with LeBron, but can't own part of the team. So now his wife owns part of the team. It makes a lot of sense. LeBron in Houston is something worth speculating about.
The Illuminati. I'm just glad we now live in a world where conceivably next June, Daryl Morey could be standing on a stage going like this and saying he put a ring on it. And I actually think celebrities are good owners. You know, Justin Timberlake has a stake. Her husband, Jay-Z, used to have a stake. And unlike some owners who will go unmentioned, they tend not to need as much attention and validation, and they don't meddle.
I think that she'll be the second best entertainer to own an NBA team.
Who's first?
James Dolan.
It's pretty good. It's more comedy than dance and song, but it's pretty good.
I laughed.
Is it encouraging or suspicious that the NFL would consider a softer stand on marijuana before CBA negotiations?
I love that those are my only two choices. It can only be encouraging or suspicious when it feels kind of inevitable, given the laxing of laws throughout the country on marijuana, the laxing of stigma on this, and we all kind of know that opiates are more dangerous than marijuana. I'm making a very sophisticated point here. My father continues to pantomime here in ways that are distracting and don't allow me to be eloquent in this essay shape, form. Regardless, I will thunder on, and I will continue to try to do this despite my father's cartoon shenanigans. So here we are on this. You've got a position where the NFL has to cave on this eventually, and they're going to ask the Players Association eventually for something in return.
Nothing is inevitable with the NFL. Look, I think athletes who put their bodies on the field that way should be allowed to manage their pain with marijuana. I think it's absurd that the threshold for THC is 10 times higher with the NFL than it is for Olympic athletes. But if the league goes into negotiations with the union and offers marijuana legalization as a carrot for more money, the union should walk right out because those penalties are not that bad and the players deserve to get paid.
Not only walk right out, but walk right out and smoke a joint in the lobby.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Can you imagine all that smoke coming out of the tunnel at the beginning of the games, you know?
They're not allowing marijuana during the games,
No,
they're
but
just
the
allowing,
tunnel,
I mean, okay, over the huddle. I mean, okay, okay, fair enough. All right,
that's the way to do it.
Quarterback with a bong in the huddle, sure.
I would sell tickets for sure.
Was Dallas Keuchel right to call out the Astros front office?
Their best player is not happy with the trade deadline, the lack of moves. He knows how good he is. He knows how good his team is, and he wanted them to make moves. You don't see this often in baseball. Listen to this.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, disappointment is a little bit of an understatement. I feel like a bunch of teams really bolstered their rosters for the long haul and for a huge playoff push, and us just kind of staying pat was really disappointing to myself. I know a lot of the guys feel like we can win in here, and that's a pretty accurate statement, and that's why we built such a great lead. But I think when it comes down to it, it's going to be we're going to win for each other, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, where's the lie? I can see why the front office might not be happy with what Dallas said, but everything he said was 100% true. There's a reason why the Astros were in the losers section of every column after the trade deadline. They're the best team in the AL, but their competition did a lot more to get better, and they have weaknesses. Keuchel himself is coming off an injury. They just sent 3 pitchers to the DL, and we know now if you want to succeed in the postseason, you need depth and not just talent.
This is what leadership looks like in the face of a management team that we know to be pretty good, because it wasn't that long ago the Astros were losing 100+ games, and they got all these young players to make them as good as they are now. I believe that Dallas Keuchel, though, is seeing what's happening in basketball, where players have real power and there aren't consequences to being excellent and then voicing your opinion. He knows how good he is. He knows how good his team is, and he doesn't mind telling you and his front office that now it's us against everybody, including our front office.
It's worth noting also that, as you mentioned, the Astros were not good, and then they got a lot better. Dallas Keuchel was on the team throughout of that. This is a guy who is tired of losing. He wants to cash in. He wants to go to the World Series.
This guy's all talk. You want to do something, you get up there and pitch every other day. That's the way you do it. You show everybody that you have what it takes to take that team to the promised land. Don't wait for the ownership. Don't wait for the other players. You got to lead the way. Madison Bumgarner will do it.
Actually, he's not wrong about that. Everything else he said is asinine, but Madison Bumgarner would do it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and that would work out real well.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
He's not a baseball player. Oh, you gotta be bleeping kidding me.
Don't do
do
this.
3,
It's too late.
2,
He's not listening to us, Mina. He's not listening to us.
Time to play the game that always oils up his abs before hitting the beach. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question it.
His accent makes that tricky. Oils up his abs. Abs.
Abs.
Do you question if Charlie Blackmon's throw overshadowed his catch?
Okay, he's the Rockies All-Star, a Rockies All-Star. Let's check in with him. Let's check in on the catch last night against the Mets first. The ball carries there. That's a good catch with Payne at the end.
Not quite Austin Jackson good, but pretty good.
Yes, he looks rugged. Look at him. He looks like a wilderness man doing things against the fence there. Let's see if his throw overshadowed his tremendous catch. The throw is an embarrassment, right? It's not a great throw. Is it a great throw or is it an embarrassment?
Only assume it's an embarrassment.
Oh, play at the plate here. Close game. Close game. Mets trying to tie it. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, he pulled a 50 cent. I love it.
I mean, he thought he had a play at the plate. Instead, he killed whatever was living underneath him. I don't know what just happened.
Wow. A little too much follow through there.
That is the worst throw I've ever seen. In the historic game of baseball, I've never seen a worse throw than that.
Well, that was bad, but it could have been worse.
No, it couldn't have been worse. How could it have been worse?
And he sends out
What's worse here?
left center.
This isn't going to be worse. There's no way this can be worse. I mean,
That's not worse.
I mean, that's bad.
I mean, at least that one
Yeah. I mean,
got some distance on it.
it's also terrible. There's no disputing that. Anytime your catcher ends up running in a full sprint toward the stands, that's not good.
Who was that too?
Do you question going head first?
Into what? What am I going head first into? Is this a baseball slide or is this something else? Let's see.
Let's find out.
It's not a baseball slide. Oh, you gotta be bleeping kidding me. Don't do this.
Back
3,
It's too late.
2,
He's not listening to us, Mina. He's not listening to us. He's going to do it. Oh, no.
Come on.
No. Just what?
Speaking of CTE.
What are you doing?
Why?
Well, that was pretty bad, but it could have been worse.
Really? We're going to keep doing this with my dad? It's my dad's only move. My dad's only... Oh! That was worse. My father's... This time my father's right. My father's right this time. We don't know if he's okay. It doesn't really matter. Let's keep the show moving.
Do you question leaving early to beat the rest of the crowd to the exits?
All right, we go out to the port of Crimea because we will go anywhere on earth to find someone we can shame for doing something wrong. This guy or woman is leaving early, I guess. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, it's a ferry, yeah. Oh, dear God.
Seriously,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this guy doing up front? What is his job? I mean, guy, like that, I mean, guy, you gotta help out. Like, what are you doing up there? Are you the hood ornament on the ferry? Like, what are you doing?
What about the woman or the man driving the car? Why are you in such a hurry? Must be a Miami Heat fan.
An excellent point. Oh, that is unnecessary.
Well, that was pretty bad, but this is bad too.
Really? Come on, man. I mean, this is also bad, admittedly. I remember this. Wait for Mina's shock on this. Oh, just going to go through this puddle here real quick. Let me just go through this puddle.
I don't know how I got to it from upstairs.
Okay, excellent question. That was also asked in the video. It was a hole. It was an optical illusion. It was a hole. I think it's like the bottom came out. No, it's like there was no bottom.
I went right through that. Just looked like a road. How is it still running? What is
I
going
don't
on?
think it's still running. I think the car is upside down. And so
Do you know where the candle supply is? They still want those candles, ladies and gentlemen.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that smells fear.
See?
See? Oh, no.
All right, our timing was terrible on that. You tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On Fox Sports Southwest, Mariners and Rangers.
No, thank you. But let's check in with Joey Gallo. He is modern baseball, okay? He's got 27 home runs, hit 2 of them last night. That's more home runs than he has singles. He's got like 18 singles, and he's got that kind of power right there, where that's just an unbelievable home run. And it makes you forget that the following stat I'm about to give you is absolutely true. He has struck out 1,000,007 times this season. 1,000,007 this season. Mina, are you intrigued?
I am. I watched this last night. My Mariners somehow won this game, and I'm going to be watching tonight because they are in the tepid swamp that is the AL. They are still in the running, and I will be paying attention.
Her Mariners. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know, Joey, he's striking out about 40% of the time. He's making the whiffer look good. You know, the whiffer looks like a slugger next to this guy. You know what I mean? I'm telling you something. Joey, You disappointed me.
I think he forgot what he was going to tell him. I think he forgot what he was going to tell Joey.
Yeah,
And then
you disappointed me. You know, the Whiffer probably is going back to the main office and saying, hey, boy, listen to this guy, I need more money. You know, I deserve more money. You know, I'm telling you what, give me more money. I want more money.
the Whiffer, for those of you who don't know, is Giancarlo Stanton. He makes more money than anyone in sports.
Does he still talk to you or no?
No, he doesn't talk to me. Because of you, he doesn't talk to me. Why the hell would he talk to me? You're on television every day saying he's a Whiffer. Why would he talk to me?
You think that he watches the show?
It's gotten back to him.
Yeah.
On Masson, Nationals and Marlins.
No, not interested in this, but let's check in. Last night, the Nationals were leading 6-1. They got Scherzer on the hill. Normally, they win those games, but they lost last night because he left with a neck injury. But before that, look at what he did. First time in his career. Fake bunt, fake bunt, fake bunt. Bang!
Wow.
Yes. Look at that. First career home run for Max Scherzer. Yes. He was very happy. Look at him. He's amazed. Look at him. Whoa! That's amazing! And then, of course, they lose the game, and now he's hurt. He goes, probably on the DL with Strasburg, maybe on the DL with Strasburg. And that's terrible for the Nationals. So it got decidedly less happy after that. Mina, are you intrigued?
Yesterday I said I didn't want to watch him because I had traded him from my fantasy team. And when he got hurt last night, people on Twitter were asking me if I did this, to which I say yes.
Okay.
I am a witch.
Okay.
I did this. Sorry,
good.
Nationals fans.
Very good. Bobby, she's a witch. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, he looked fine to me. He was happy. He swung the bat. You know, he hit the homer. He went around the bases quick. You know, he went into the dugout. He was high-fiving everybody there. You know, he had a big smile on his face. And all of this, he pulls his trick that he got to put on with his neck.
I don't think it's
What the hell?
trick.
You think he did it during the high fives?
Yeah, I mean, what the hell's going on here, you know? Scherzer, I'm on to you now, buddy. You know what I mean? Oh, I got my neck. Yeah, okay, my neck. You know,
No,
that's right.
no. The Nationals don't do that last night. They do that later in the season.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow on PGAtour.com/webcom.html, the LA Classic on the web.com tour.
Say that again. Go ahead and say where I can find that again. I dare you to say it again.
On PGAtour.com/webcom.html.
Okay, got it now. Sure. Let's check in with Steph Curry. He is very good at golf. This is what he wants to do after his basketball career. Let's listen to him.
I mean, for me, I think that my nerves will be the same, but when it comes to, like, the stakes that are involved and these guys' livelihoods out here earning money on the PGA Tour, and I highly doubt I'll hit a good shot, drop my club, and go chest bump my playing partner. So that'll be a different story. But like I said, at the end of the day, you want to hit good shots, you want to make putts, and you want to enjoy your round the best you can.
Mina doesn't seem to like Steph Curry that much. Mina, are you intrigued? I mean, you're so humble. You said that kind of snarky.
I'm just saying. I mean, we get it. You're good at everything, Steph Curry. No, I'm not here. I'm not here for this. Give me more videos of him making fun of LeBron. I don't want to watch Steph Curry play golf.
All right, Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know who's really pushing him to go into golf as soon as possible? LeBron.
Yeah, right.
LeBron is saying, you got to go into golf as soon as possible. Maybe next year.
Maybe
You know,
Durant wants to go.
You're ready.
Draymond while you're at it. You can leave JaVale behind. JaVale doesn't have to golf. The rest of them take him with you. I love her laugh, man.
On the Discovery Channel, Darkness.
All right, darkness. Let's check in with darkness.
Better not have
Now,
I'd like to see how much isolation I can actually tolerate.
These new cameras allow us to see them, but all they see is darkness.
Darkness.
I mean, can you just show me again, please? Some dude running face first into a rock there because, it's dark. I'd like to see that again if you don't mind, and then I've had enough of this show. Mina, are you intrigued?
No. I threw up after the Blair Witch Project. I'm not watching people stumbling around the dark for 6 days. No, thank you.
Okay, you actually threw up? That's a thing that happened? You threw up?
I know a lot of people.
Okay. What about you, Poppy? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, if you really want to see darkness, you should videotape me when I get up in the middle of the night and go to to the bathroom.
Okay.
That's it, buddy.
Why would we do that? Okay, if you really want, I know you think that the jungle's dark, but
It goes everywhere.
okay, great.
I think you meant like spiritually dark. It's a great image.
He can take a joke.
You really can't.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Gracias. We'll see you tomorrow.
Your hands are full.
Myself.
I think that the show would be much better without Dan, just the two of us, you and me. I think we get better ratings.
That would be a spin-off sensation. But what will we
Your
call it?
hands are cold? Let me see. Let me see.
No!